Good afternoon, folks. This is Kirk with Kirk Plain, and I just thought I'd give a short comical video on some opposing and alternate realities of sharing spiritual truths. And some of those opposing realities are that a lot of times when you think something is important or funny, other people do not. So whenever you're sharing something or you have a perspective on something, be sure to realize how it's received is always different maybe than you intended, or you gave it a particular flavor when you spoke it, or you left an impression because of your personal attributes or opinions getting in the middle of it. And for instance, a lot of times people think that when they're sharing the Word of God that it's just God channeling Himself through them, and maybe that's the case, but maybe that is not the case. Maybe it's you thinking that God is using you and He's really not. And so if that were possible, then you have to be able to tell the difference. So a lot of times when you're speaking and you think it's God, it may not be. You might be confused. So make sure that you're aware that there is still a you in there, and that there is the possibility that God may use you to speak His truth, but it may be you thinking that you're speaking God's truth when it's just you speaking. And you have to be smart enough to know the difference. For instance, a lot of times the miracle of God is that sometimes He just makes me keep my mouth shut. And that's miracle enough and blessing enough for those around me when I speak. Another perspective might be that we would think that it's very important that we speak to others about Jesus, but maybe it's more important that we hear what Jesus has to say with us through meditation and silence, rather that we might listen and not speak. Because if you're speaking all the time, how will God ever get a word in edgewise? And then lastly, sometimes the miracles are seen in what Christ did in His daily ministry, and maybe the miracle that stands out mostly we see is His first miracle where He turned water into wine. And sometimes a great miracle might be that you actually choose water instead of wine. So think about those things and be available to receive the truth as you see fit. Have a great day and smile, because God is watching.